What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Game On Improve Your Health podcast. Today's episode journey is being guided by none other than your host, Austin J, or hallucinodream, if you know him from the gaming community. And today's topic is a follow-up and question and answer to last week's episode on random topics. Thank you for tuning in and enjoy this episode. That was the best introduction I have done in a long time, ever, maybe. What's up, everybody? Hallucinodream here, Austin J. And today, just following up, we're just chit-chatting. I don't really actually have anything planned. There was something I wanted to talk about, and I didn't write it down. That's one of my many downfalls. So I don't exactly know what I want to talk about. Don't mind me. I just want to point out here that it appears as though, if you're watching on YouTube, sorry for those listening, our logo seems to be missing. So we are going to quickly find that while I chit-chat. I don't really know what to talk about. Sorry, apparently I can't multitask. I do know what I want to talk about, but I had stuff written down, and I should have wrote it down, is what I'm trying to say. I clearly can't multitask, and I'm definitely not cutting this because it's hilarious how silly it sounds. And our logo is back. Yeah. If you're listening on any of the podcast platforms, wow, you're gonna have to go look at that, because I can actually think now that the logo is back. I feel much better about this episode. Anyways, let's restart. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the episode. Blah, blah, blah. So I didn't write down what I wanted to talk about, but there is something I do want to talk about. I was thinking about it on my way up to the studio here. It's not a studio, it's a room. When I was walking up the stairs, it's a spiral staircase, so it was a lot of walking, a lot of dizziness happening. What I want to talk about is, I don't even know how to put this into words, or a word to explain it, just pursuing your dreams or your passions. So one thing I want to talk about is, I hear too often, and I've done this in the past, I probably still do this sometimes, but and I've done an episode on fear driving actions. That's kind of part of it, but you can't let fear drive your actions. I'm hearing, I've been hearing sometimes that people, they want to pursue things, they want to do stuff, hobby-wise, job-wise, whatever it may be, but they scared of what the outcome might be. As in, let's say they want to do whatever this activity is, but they don't know how it's going to turn out, so it's been preventing them from doing that activity. They don't know, or they don't know how it's going to turn out in regards to, how, maybe, let's say it's a physical activity. They don't know how their body's going to react. Well, you're never going to know that if you don't do it. And if you really want to do it, if you really, truly want to do it, just go ahead and do it. What's the worst that can happen, right? Obviously within reason. I'm not talking about, skydiving without a parachute. We're not talking about we're not talking about crazy stuff like that. If you have, let's just use a job as an example. If you want to pursue something, let's say you want to just be a content creator, right? We're making content right now. If you want to be a content creator, but you don't know what kind of content you want to make, and you feel as though, you don't know how it's going to turn out, so you don't know, you're not starting because you don't have all of your ducks in a row, basically. If you continue to do that, you'll never start. That's the issue. One thing, I'll even use One Punch as an example. We're going to be content creators here, right? I myself, the only content I'm producing right now is the podcast, and that's okay. Do I have plans for have I had plans to produce other content? Yes, there's one of I'm an example of that. That's kind of what the last episode was about. It's me talking about, things I need to improve on as well. And I know some people can relate. So, I said I wanted to do this. If you listen to our episodes, I've said I want to do YouTube videos and other social media aspects and, guides on what you can do as, outside of just the podcast. And just haven't gotten around to that. I realized, so I changed. And because of that, I realized that I'm unable to do all of it right now. So I'm focusing on the podcast, and I've accepted that. In the future, will I be doing that? Correct. I will be making some more content, YouTube videos and everything. And when I get to that point, I know the videos are not going to be professional. They're not going to look the best. They're not going to look nearly as good as people who have been in the industry or have a full professional team working on these videos. I'm aware of that, right? Because I can guarantee off the bat, I'm going to be the one doing all the video editing and all of that stuff. So I'm going to make it the best that I can in the least amount of time, basically, because I'll be doing a lot of other stuff, right? And that's okay. That's the point, is that there are, it doesn't have to be perfect as long as you're pursuing it, right? Because it's a learning curve. So eventually, let's say I remain the video editor, it's going to get better and better. I'm going to learn more and more things about how to edit videos more efficiently, faster, to be able to add effects, all this crazy stuff, right? That goes hand in hand with any job, right? Or any passion of yours, any hobby. I want to talk about that because I feel like, and you can go back and listen to our fear episode. I don't remember the name, exactly what I labeled it, but it's fear driving emotions, or habits or decisions, I guess it would be. You can go back and listen to that as well, because I feel like that's powerful. But it's kind of like the recurring theme here is people are afraid, and I know I've done that. I probably still do that for certain things, but I'm starting to realize that you just got to do it. You got to, especially when it comes to comfort zone, you just have to do it. And one of the things I also used to do is I would wait around to do something until somebody was doing it with me. I remember, here's a good example. I don't think I would have ever Spartan raced if it weren't for my wife. So I wanted to do the Spartan race. I wanted to do OCR, obstacle course races. I very much wanted to do that, but I was scared to do it. And I probably wouldn't have gone to the event by myself had she not gone with me. So of course I asked her, and I didn't ask her, I told her. I was like, yeah, you're doing a Spartan race with me. It's going to be great. And she was like, sounds hard, challenge accepted. Exact words. Even just doing that helped me push past. I did a Spartan race immediately following by myself. So I just needed that push right there. But going there and realizing, at that point I kind of realized that I wouldn't have done this if it weren't for her. And then, I was thinking about that, why? Why couldn't I have done that myself? What was holding me back? I really wanted to do it. And it was just because I was scared. I was scared to do it myself. And it was more of a comfort zone thing. I was comfortable not doing it. I didn't want to be uncomfortable. So even though the race itself is designed to make you uncomfortable, which is great. I love that part. But you got to try to, what I'm trying to say is, don't let fear drive you, and try to get out of your comfort zone. If you're a person who, what is the word, codependent on other people to, do things with you, or even at your work. If you work alongside somebody all the time, try to veer out on your own, see what happens. I guarantee it's not going to end up as bad as you think it is. Your mind really likes to create scenarios to be worse than they actually turn out to be. So that's where fear really kicks in and drives actions, and dictates decisions, and we don't want that, right? We want to be able to we want to be able to do what we want, pursue the hobbies we want, pursue the jobs that we want to pursue, and everything in between, right? And without that fear or that stress. So don't let anything hold you back. Try not to let anything hold you back. Try not to let yourself hold you back, because you are probably you're probably more like equipped than you think you are to do those things, and you'll probably learn. I mean, you'll learn as you go. That's the thing. I don't know. I just lost my train of thought. I'm not sure what just happened. I cleared my throat, and then my brain was just like, meh. But just don't be scared. The humans are been watching a lot of dog videos apparently. They're very powerful beings, right? With their mind, very capable of learning, advancing, and you just got to go ahead and do it. That's one of the things I wanted to talk about. I'm not going to drag this episode out. Let's lean over and look. We're about at 10 or 11 minutes, 2 of which I was trying to find the logo. Sorry. But I'm not going to drag this out. That's kind of what I wanted to talk about. Again, this is a follow-up question and answer. Oh, yeah, by the way, we didn't get any questions. Anyways. So, yeah, that was kind of just a fun chit-chat. Next week, I think I'm going to have a guest on the show, the podcast. And we're going to talk about... I'm not even going to spoil it. We're going to talk about some good topics there. So thank you for those who are tuning in. If you heard anything, if you listened to the episode and heard anything that you found of interest, anything you put into action, or anything you can add to what I said, please reach out. All of our social media is here on the left. You're watching on YouTube. Our logo's right above. I know that because I can see it. If you're listening on the podcast platform, all the links are in the description. You can reach out to me. All of my links are in the description of both. And I appreciate those who are tuning in and listening, and hope to see everybody next week. Thank you very much.